Uh, well, Master Chief, there should be a Patreon link somewhere. It's patreon.com/CoreyLoses, and then there's a list of all the different ships that are available for any given playthrough we're doing. And in the description there's the donation link through Streamlabs.
Construction complete. Building under construction.
Okay, this is scary. That's very scary. But we need to deal with Mon Cal.
Constructing. Vehicle in production. Construction complete. Vehicle in production.
Get a secular back.
Construction complete.
Where did I put our heavy vehicle or advanced vehicle factories?
Constructing unit.
Awaiting your command.
Do we want to? I think we kind of are better off just ignoring them. Well, we're the only ones that have access to Honegger and Mon Cal. So
AT ready.
We'll have to deal with them at some point.
Vehicle
Let's get a bunch of raiders.
Unit in production.
Let's check what Mon Cal's garrisons are. And
IPV reporting.
get that in here on.
IPV reporting.
Star Destroyer reporting in.
AT ready.
Okay.
IPV
We
reporting.
get 2 of them in there, and then we're just gonna go and take. We're gonna try to take some of these
reporting,
planets. 61. That's got to be Cursus fighters.
Destination set.
Constructing
IPV
unit.
reporting.
Vehicle in production.
IPV
Construction
reporting.
complete.
AT ready.
The build time on ATT seems super fast.
IPV reporting. IPV
Building
reporting.
under construction.
Some extra structures there.
IPV reporting. IPV reporting.
You know what, New Republic, if you could like actually stop the Greater Maldrude from taking over the entire galaxy while I'm trying to force them out, there you go. Okay, you go down here. And then I'll go there and there.
Construction complete.
That's how that's supposed to work.
Enemy fleet approaching.
Where? Kessel. Oh boy.
Confirmed.
I think, yeah, Jarek can defend on ground.
Tactical battle imminent.
Where did they get another full stack, it looks like? Well, actually, that was 170-ish. Alright. Raider, this is not... I don't know if this is actually going to work. Did they bring everything over? 39, 31, 3 interdictors, a secular. You know what? I'm sorry, New Republic, but
Let's move out.
this just isn't working out with me.
Tactical battle imminent.
Are Imperial leaders just as suicidal? Well, questions aren't annoying me. Are Imperial leaders just as suicidal as previously, or is that fixed? We haven't changed too many behaviors in terms of like how the AI actually composes its forces and how it wants to use hero tags. That'd be more 2.3, but we've also removed some of the tags that make them want to use them that much.
Moving.
And also the AI has no idea what the air system is. It can't really know.
Right away.
So it doesn't know like, oh, if I get Zard killed, then it's going to advance.
Moving out.
It's
The enemy has been spotted.
pretty much agnostic as far as that goes.
Choose your reinforcements. Reinforcements en route. Reinforcements
Right away.
cancelled.
All right.
Moving out.
It seems like they built up a couple ground units that more than they could actually fit at the planet.
I'm on this one.
Enemies in range.
My scopes are
Reinforcements
command.
cancelled.
intercepted.
Reinforcements en route.
He won't be around much.
I'm actually fine with these guys retreating if we can make that happen, but I don't think we'll be able to.
More enemy craft. Target critical. Under control. I got him.
Commander, they're hitting us.
The lasers are our
Because if these forces go down and help the New Republic in the other areas, then that works out fine for us, because that'll be more they're using against Maldrude.
Shield's almost gone. Cover me now. I can't switch position.
I'm on them. I've got him.
Attack formation for enemy ships. After the stragglers. Regroup for another attack.
Coming around.
I've got them in my Watch him. He's coming around. They're coming in quick. Sir, detected.
Sir,
Enemy narrowing
I've got
position. Coming back returning to
around.
your position.
Taking fire.
I'll take care of this.
Commander, they're hitting us.
Gun them down. Unable to shake them.
Where'd he go?
Our primary target is those iron
Let's
cannons.
finish him.
Sir, I've got him.
What do you think about Last Jedi? I still haven't seen it yet, Kumar.
Getting a
Honestly, X1 and like that whole storyline has to be one of the least thought out storylines in any part of Legends. They didn't seem to care that they were contradicting basically everything else when they put that
Choose your
together.
reinforcements.
I've been hit.
falling out of formation.
Go after them. I'm losing.
Like, they gave that faction territory that we know belonged to other factions at that point.
Scum.
It's usually better to just ignore Battlefront games than trying to figure out canon.
I've got him.
Attack formation. I got it. Nowhere to go. Go after the stragglers.
Awaiting your orders.
Regroup for another attack.
See, this is another one of the behaviors that we have changed, or we are changing. We did change before, but then we kind of reset our AI changes to make sure we were doing them better. Where the fighters will actually target your ships instead of being used as a scouting force,
Awaiting your command.
how the base game had them coded.
We've got them on scopes.
They're coming in quick. Squad, more enemy craft. Ready for battle.
I don't know that we can actually
Your
win
command,
this
sir.
anymore.
Closing on target.
Taking fire.
Commander,
Choose your reinforcements.
Moving into position.
My
Confirmed.
scopes are jammed.
Fall out. Let's move out. Right away.
At
Course
maximum unit
plotted.
capacity.
All the engines are up there. Let's just
Preparing for jump to light
get back until we can rebuild a little bit.
Where'd he go? Nowhere to run.
That one we're going to lose. We're going to lose Rusan's Tears, but we'll get the other one out. Like, I'm pretty sure X1 had a base on Dathomir, which was Zinja's territory.
Moving out.
Construction complete.
moving to coordinates.
They have so much there.
Building under construction.
Okay, we'll need Rusan's tears
Unit
back.
in production.
Let's get
Constructing
Raiders,
unit.
Vehicle in
Producers.
production. Tactical battle imminent.
Our station's going to get death clones. So death clones for basically anything. We are waiting to do any of them until all that stuff is done. So we're not going to do a death clone for a model we're going to replace, which has been the case, the plan with stations forever. It's like you'll see stuff like ISDs have them. The acclamators are going to get new ones. The Venator has it because like it's any model that's
Awaiting your
finalized. That's when
command.
we do the
Heading
death
up.
clones for them.
Fallout. Let's move out. Let's go. Keep going.
Choose your reinforcements.
If we were able to have this fleet together, then Cisco would have been a lot of help
This
against
way.
the New Republic there.
Over there.
But we can't really leave this stuff alone.
Location confirmed. Advancing. Confirmed.
The thing is, we're a lot more spread out than the other factions, so
Forward.
even though we have more stuff,
Full speed.
we have a lot of territory we have to actually
Moving.
defend.
Enemy unit sighted.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Let's move out.
Reinforcements en route.
Order confirmed.
Understood.
Let's go. Location confirmed.
Moving to sector.
Intercepting.
Carrick en route.
Reinforcements cancelled.
I'm on them. Eliminating target. Falling out of
At
formation.
maximum unit capacity.
Primary drive system is down.
Attack formation. Sir, Go after the stragglers.
In order to actually get to the shipyard there, Buckman, I would have needed to go past all the Golan, so anything I jump in there is going to just pretty much immediately die.
Tractor beam activate. Roger that. Opening fire on the torpedo launchers.
I'd have to get like Cisco directly under the station and kill enough stuff that they'd want to retreat. Because I feel like they'd probably think they have enough ships that they don't need to immediately retreat. The immediate retreat, they don't take into account Golans for it, but they will take into account their ships.
Construction complete.
No problem at all, Hugh. Don't worry about it. You're already a sub too, so like there's plenty of channels I watch that I would love to be able to directly support, and I really
Vehicle
don't
in production.
have the money to, so
Construction complete.
okay. That's I guess well, let's get some
Vehicle
VSD
in
ones
production.
because decent anti-fighter. The Remnant needs to take Bothawi. Anyone know why a lot of the Inquisitors joined Kane in the alignment? So I think that has to do with Jarek's
Star
relationship with
Destroyer
Kane,
reporting in.
where Kane would
Roger,
fund
Roger.
Jarek's weird little ventures, and then Jarek had a lot of say with the Inquisitors. I'm actually going to move these guys
IPV
over
reporting.
Understood.
I think what I'm going to
IPV
do
reporting.
is pull Shunan's boat
Construction
party
complete.
out of that fleet and into this fleet.
Coming around. Cruiser reporting.
IPV reporting.
Yeah, that's what I mean by weird little adventures. What an ambitious little guy.
Advancing.
Cruiser reporting.
Where is...
Heavy victories standing by.
well,
Unit in
let's do that.
production.
I keep hoping I'm cutting off enough of their production that they're not going to be able to do any of this, and that at least the Remnant and New Republic can keep pushing on them, but they're just not. And now the New Republic cut off the rest of their fleet again. What a bunch of idiots. I try to help them. I really do. And this is what happens. I just want to see what's in these fleets, but... Nope. I want this one. 3 Peltas, 10 Warlords. What do you got here? 61 Cursus. Efthonia. Okay, so the Empire of the Hand really doesn't have that much we need to worry about at the moment. Let's see what they actually have fully at Mon Cal. So if Thrawn is killed, will the planets in the deep core not controlled by the Remnant kick out other factions? No. We don't like to switch control like that too much, just because it gets kind of weird. Looks like the planet selection script crashed, which is unfortunate. Alright, I think we're good though.
Heading to destination.
Tactical battle.
The only thing that'll change control when Thrawn dies is Bish should go to the Imperial Remnant. I don't know that I actually set up the script to spawn the stuff at Bish though. So I don't know if the Zinj fleet will leave. But I believe that the story scripting for that and the GC script are actually things that I can edit while the campaign's going on. So I've got a lot of that extra stuff done in the main build. I don't know how well that will transfer over to this build though.
Cannons armed. Right away. Moving out. Heading out. Fall out. Let's move out.
Look, sir, it's them.
Choose your reinforcements.
We're moving out. Form up.
Okay, let's try to sneak in the back.
Move out.
And maybe we can convince them they want to retreat.
Destroyer here. Right away.
Get over here just so you're not
Moving
taking
out.
fire.
Regroup for another attack.
Copy.
They're coming in quick.
We got Boat Party, we got Rusan's Tears.
Enemy craft.
Let's get Tomcat in there to help.
Taking fire.
And Blessed Knee.
Commander, they're hitting
Heading out.
Where'd he go? Pursuing enemy forces.
Reporting. Attack commencing.
Choose your reinforcements.
Let's just get one of the VSDs in here to help with that.
Nowhere to run.
Because this
Falling out of formation.
Rebels End is possibly going to end as well.
At your command.
Intercepting. Draw their fire.
Star Destroyer standing by.
I'm losing. He won't be around much longer. Attack formation. I'm on this one.
Where have you fixed Palpatine's little bug where he sits on the planet surface the whole time? That's not really a bug, that's just how the AI treats stuff with that tag. We've removed the tag that the AI likes doing that with, so he shouldn't do it anymore. We haven't tested it yet.
Target priority is the laser cannons.
Shield's almost gone.
Or he shouldn't exclusively do that anymore.
More enemy craft. Taking fire.
Yes, Commander.
Losing control.
Ready for battle.
Watch him. He's
Awaiting
coming around.
orders. Open fire.
Cover me now.
Once this is done, we've killed enough of their fish tanks that they probably will retreat.
Returning to your position. Narrowing position. Regroup. I can't switch position. Gun them down.
Do people actually play multiplayer GC? Would love to see. So I'd like to do a multiplayer GC in the future, but I talked a little bit earlier about why we might have to completely rework the entire mod for multiplayer GC as a separate build.
Out our launch
Taking
bay.
fire.
In 2.15, the Praetors ever decreases range. With that, the Liberty have plans to decrease in that range because you can take out golems from outside the range. So that's already decreased in this build, in the one we're using in this playthrough. It was essentially to try to counteract the whole spinning thing that larger ships have in EAW,
Stay in formation.
but we've reverted that for all the larger ships that had that.
The iron cannons.
Commander,
Our
they're hitting
lasers
us.
are destroyed.
I've got it. Where'd he go?
The issue I have with the current Era 4 and Era 5 is the fact that New Republic can always instantly wipe out the new Imperial Remnant with their new ships. Is there going to be ways the IR can counter the NR? So IR just royally screwed in that aspect, especially when the players can control the NR. So, ship power is one of the determining factors in PopCap. So stronger ships do take up more PopCap. The New Republic, by having more powerful ships, is using more of that PopCap. The bigger issue is that the only Era 5 GC really had, but in order to get to Era 5, you have to already wipe out most of the Imperial territory usually, which means the New Republic, if the player is playing them, has a huge advantage, and the Era 5 GC that existed was set at a point where the New Republic already controlled most of the galaxy, which gave them another advantage, and that's not really the case in 2.2 anymore, where there's like 4 Era 5 GCs. So there's a lot more varying starting positions, and the Imperial Run has a lot more territory to work with relative to the NR, in some of them. So that shouldn't be an issue, and they do have still stuff like the Allegiance, the Praetors, that are quite good ships, and again, it's all determined, like the ship power is proportional to PopCap.
Falling out of formation. We've lost the shield generator.
Why is the AI not using its fighters? I actually talked about that a little bit earlier, Descartes. That's something that we already fixed before, but with the AI, and we've reverted the AI changes we made initially because we wanted to implement them differently, so it'll be back. That fix will be back. If you watch some of the earlier playthroughs in 2.2, it was fixed already, and it will be fixed by release. It's just because the AI in EAW is told to use its fighters for scouting, which is why they're out here, and they're also trying to protect these Gallifreys. So it's not something that's going to remain like this until release.
Primary drive system is down. Where'd he go?
Keep going. This way.
Or if you've answered this, will we be redoing the space stations? Like the models for the shipyards? Yeah, those will be redone at some point. Not in 2.2 though.
I've got him.
Reporting. Reporting.
Our
Firing.
primary engine system is down.
Engaging the engine.
Our shields are down.
We've got them on scopes. Take out the iron cannons. Our primary target is those iron cannons.
Okay, let's get further out here.
The launch
Star
bay
Destroyer
is gone.
standing by.
Because if we're going to go after the golems, we're going to need our ships to be a little bit more
Destroyer
together.
reporting in.
We need boat party to be up this way.
Formation.
Moving to coordinates.
Draw their fire. Attack formation.
Choose your reinforcements.
Let's move out.
Form up.
But yeah, I don't know why Petroglyph coded it that way. Part of it is just the stupid fighter bug that I haven't figured out yet, where it just the icons fuck around like that. But the AI in EAW is told, instead of actually using their fighters to scout the map, which is really pointless, especially when so much in EAW is based on fighters being used.
Are our target.
So that is something that we did revert before. We entirely removed that behavior, but then when we decided to do a bit more with the AI, we reverted all the AI changes we made and started fresh, which is why they're back to doing it.
Yes, Commander.
we have different types of station for Fall of the Republic. Like it'll still be the shipyards, and it'll still end up being the same shipyard models between ICW and Fall of the Republic when those are redone. If you mean like the defensive stations, then it wouldn't. You'd have Golan 1s and you'd have some other stuff, but you wouldn't have Golan 3s. I don't know about Golan 2s.
Awaiting orders. Open fire.
Ready for duty.
Awaiting your orders. Attack that target.
Roger that.
Awaiting your command. Heading to destination.
Alright.
Choose your reinforcements.
Let's move out.
Star Cruiser standing by.
I really wish you had gone where I told you to. Oh well.
Attacking target.
There you go. For the Republic, will you include ships like the Malevolence and its EMP gun? So we actually just did a news post that had the full unit list for the early versions of Fall of the Republic for both the CIS and Republic. If you look at that, you can see everything we plan to include in the first 2 builds, essentially. The Malevolence was on that list, or the Subjugator was on that list, which is the class name for the Malevolence. No, if they have a planet left, it'll always retreat to that planet. So they wouldn't retreat to our territory. Unless they control space over it or something. Alright, so there we go. Where are you, Jarek? You're over here. Let's get him over to our force there. And then once that's done, we can actually bring these forces together, take out Honegger, and then we're good. Hopefully they can take Kuat there. Eric's still coming around. Let's get the precursor into Cisco's fleet. So Honegger and Mon Calamari, the only way you can actually get into that is through here, because the Kessel or the Maw's locked right now. So did they do anything? What do you have here? That's mostly fighters, it looks like. Greater Maldrew took even more planets around here. What is wrong with you guys? You sent all your capital ships up there, and you got locked out by the Empire of the Hand. Like, the more I chase them through the galaxy here, the more they just take other territory farther away from us. I wonder if that could be possible to jump in the ships you choose. You can only do that when attacking. You have to use the Pathfinder slot. It's not something we can change to make you be able to select your defending forces. Russian kill Thrawn for Era 3. That might help the New Republic a bit. But I'm also not sure how much of that functionality was even in when this playthrough started. So I don't know, it could potentially make the game crash. Never know. It'll give the New Republic more heroes, and they'll have access to better stuff to build, like MC90s, but we'd have to get in, kill Thrawn, and then get out. Well, let's test it. Kane, it's all you.
We shall be there shortly.
Would it help you to rush to Era 4 to unlock Ethan? It'll be Era 5 actually. Well, hello there, Empire of the Hand. So it's Era 5 for the Vitha, but I'd rather not have them take over everything right now. Because that'll give the Empire of the Hand access to their own territory again. They'd be able to go through the core. Because right now, the Empire of the Hand is locked off by our control of Bilbringi. It's going to open up more... more choke points for us, and that's
Cruiser here.
not what we want quite yet.
Let's go. Keep going.
So will the arrow with Carnor Jax between Era 3 and 4 have any gimmick or story event?
This way.
Well, the thing with Sate Pestage and Carnor Jax and also Post Thrawn, that is all treated as its own era. Like, each of those are effectively treated as their own era. It still displays as Era 1 or 2 or 3,
Confirmed.
but they do have some changes, some different heroes. This isn't something we can win either.
Over there.
We jump Kane in and he just gets annihilated by the fighters. Not going to be good, so we're probably just going to leave that.
Frequency open.
We have been defeated.
Unit in production.
Right away.
Vehicle in production.
Constructing unit.
Unit in production.
IPV reporting.
Constructing unit.
Raid of the Valkyries.
IPV reporting.
Okay, let's
Vehicle
see.
in production.
They had here again. We're probably going to
IPV
need...
reporting. IPV reporting.
where did I have our better
IPV
factories?
reporting.
No.
IPV reporting. IPV reporting. Cruiser
Q-Trick?
reporting.
Yes, Q-Trick.
Constructing unit.
I think
IPV
they had a bunch
reporting.
of speeders, yeah.
IPV reporting. IPV reporting.
Okay, so we'll get those.
Let's go.
IPV reporting. Right away. Moving out. IPV reporting. IPV reporting.
Started finally having reasonable amounts of money. Or absurd
Unit
amounts of
in
money now, but...
production.
IPV reporting.
Constructing unit.
Star Cruiser here.
IPV reporting.
Vehicle in production.
IPV
Unit in
reporting.
production. Constructing
IPV
unit.
reporting.
Constructing.
Right, that actually does take a while to build. Okay, New Republic, when I say take out Maldrude, that doesn't
IPV
mean
reporting.
attack the Imperial Remnant. So they got stuff at Yagdal. Hold on, wait a minute. There's more to that. This was all very recently Maldrude territory. Bondor, Typhara, and Yagdal. That was the big planets they had at the core. So that's good. Why does the Tector Star Destroyer appear only in Eras 4 and 5 when technically they existed during Endor and beyond anyways? Because the eras aren't all about like what existed. Otherwise you could put like literally everything in place for the Empire at pretty much any time except for some of the Era 3 stuff. It's about trying to
Heading out.
match some of the different styles that the
Let's move out.
leaders had, and
IPV
also
reporting.
there's certain roles in the roster that different units can fill, and we try to keep
Let's go.
certain
They're
things limited. So for example, factions will get either the Allegiance or they'll get the
IPV
Praetor, and
reporting.
it's sort of a similar idea with like the Allegiance Detector. So like it's pretty much all the Warlord unit lists. You could put them all in one thing and have them across all eras because the Remnant wasn't really making new ship designs during this point, but it's trying to get different era and faction playstyles. That's essentially what it boils down to.
IPV reporting.
Star Destroyer.
Are the raids really that strong against fighters? I've watched every episode and they don't seem that effective. That's because we haven't used a lot of them and there have been a ton more fighters.
Heavy victories.
So if you have like 2 raiders against 60 squadrons of Arc 170s, it's not going to be that effective, but it's more effective than anything else. What are they actually sending in here?
Approaching.
That all Kessel?
Battle imminent.
Yeah. Because if we weren't trying to have the eras and different factions have different subsets of units, then we wouldn't have those units in the first place. We just pick one of them and get rid of the rest, because you'd have the rosters overflowing. And it's not like we're trying to pick which would be more common at different eras, or which match the leader playstyle more. But like realistically, if it was like, okay, well then you should just have the Allegiance the whole time, and the Tector the whole time, and the Praetor the whole time, we'd reduce that, we'd pick one of them, and say we take the Allegiance and then the Tector and the Praetor wouldn't be in the mod at all.
Roger that.
So using the different eras and the factions as a way to represent the different units also allows us to have those different units without it being completely redundant, and the eras and factions are a way for us to break that up.
Incoming!
Choose your reinforcements.
Location confirmed. Advancing. Confirmed.
Reinforcements
Right
cancelled.
away. Moving out. Heading out.
No, don't want that.
Engage thrusters.
Heading out.
Fall out. Let's move out.
Commander.
Form up.
Reporting in.
Taking fire.
I think they've got other ships that they can jump in.
Commander, they're hitting us. Where'd he go?
Sentinel, we've used the Bellator quite a bit. We have 3 of them right now.
Fire at will.
Was that about multiplayer GCs you said? Well,
The lasers are our target.
that we'd probably have to remake the mod as a separate version to use them, because basically what I said earlier is that a lot of the functions that we're doing with 2.2, they aren't super compatible with multiplayer. I'm not sure if that'll completely break it or if it just can't be used in it. Ideally it'll just be something that can't be used in it, but then like the abilities will still be there, they just can't be used properly, which is kind of a problem. But if it all ends up not working, then we'd have to make a completely separate build of the mod for multiplayer GC.
Where are the others? Engines are malfunctioning. Shields almost gone.
Awaiting orders.
Watch for enemy ships.
Reinforcements en route.
Fall out.
Go after the stragglers.
Go after them.
Copy. Move to attack.
Roger that.
I've got him.
I got him. Regroup for
I've
another
got him.
attack. Quick. More enemy craft.
Taking fire. Commander, they're hitting us. Where'd he go?
I'm losing. I got.
I'm on them.
Oh, so much for the Oriettes. Or Ormos now.
Form up.
Falling out of formation.
Destroyer here.
I copy. Sir,
I think the thing with a lot of those Dark Jedi was that, like, they probably figured if they were the most powerful Dark Jedi in any given group, they'd have a lot more influence too.
The lasers are our target.
Dark Jedi weren't the most submissive people.
Target.
I've got him.
I've got him in my sights.
Are you planning to make GC multiplayer? Well, there's multiplayer GCs are already a thing in Empire at War. We are planning to support that as well, but it's not super high priority because EAW's multiplayer was only re-enabled a couple months ago, and that's really far into development for 2.2. So it wasn't something that we'd been planning the whole release around, and we don't want to delay the entire release for that. especially when it's going to take a lot of testing to figure out what exactly we have to do, especially if we have to make a completely new build for it anyways. And there's really no reason to delay the single player build, or like the single player plus multiplayer skirmish for the multiplayer GCs. Especially when it's like easily by far the least popular game mode. Right. It kind of sucks that we didn't get to pick our actual loadouts here. But
Bomber standing by.
so this could be the end of Cisco.
Reporting. Carrack en route. What are your orders?
Roger that.
We have a lot of raiders here, we just don't have them out.
Reporting. Attack!
I copy.
I mean, once they kill Cisco, I can just bring in
Choose your reinforcements.
9 of these guys. But we kind of need him to kill the 43 gladiators.
We're being targeted.
So it might even be better off to retreat, even though I don't like
Scopes are
Cisco.
jammed. Where are the others?
And bring them back in with the
Shield's
other fleet.
almost gone. Cover me now. Watch for enemy ships. You know where to go.
Losing power. Sir,
Let's finish him.
Sir, losing control.
Go after them.
I've got it.
Pursuing enemy forces.
Regroup. I'm hit. I've got it. Can't switch position.
Attack formation. Go after the strike.
See, the thing is, if we retreat and they target his engines, okay, they're not gonna.
Sir,
They're coming in quick.
How do you make the game automatically remove Fog of War? That's actually an AI calculation. Alright, so I think we can still defend on the ground anyways. But how are they doing in here? Empire of the Hand went to
Battle
Fondor.
imminent.
It's not Cisco that I don't like, it's the Vengeance. Cisco, he's whatever.
they're in this direction. Active.
Okay, our Hailfires can probably blow them
We'll
up
check it
before
out.
they even land anything else.
We are victorious.
The faction strategies differ slightly significantly from era to era. It depends on the faction and the era. Like the New Republic and Empire and Imperial Remnant vary more than anything else.
Crews are online.
Where the New Republic towards the later eras does get a bit of an emphasis on, or not an emphasis, but access to things like super ships. And then
Let's
Era
move
3, the
out.
Remnant is very much built around super ships,
Let's
whereas
go.
in Era 2, it's all about
Reporting,
better
sir.
frigates and that kind of thing.
Star Destroyer reporting in.
Alright, hopefully the game doesn't crash, and hopefully the eras were set up in
Let's
this
go.
one.
Crews are online.
Tactical battle imminent.
Like, Thrawn doesn't have any access to SSDs. He has better fighters, though, like the Scimitar Assault Bomber. Plus, his command bonus is really good. So he really buffs any ships you do have. But then you get to Palpatine, and it's like World Devastators, Eclipse. He really wants the super ships.
Yes, sir. Advancing.
But each faction does sort of stay within its core playstyle
Confirmed.
style.
Forward. Full speed. Moving.
We don't want to be between
Right
the
away.
raid fleet and the
Enemy forces ahead.
Empire.
Moving out.
Eh. It's not a huge raid fleet.
Heading out.
Choose your reinforcements.
I don't want to take out too many of their ships is the thing.
Navigating to coordinates.
Reinforcements en route.
Because we don't want to completely wipe out the
Launching
remnant.
attack.
I'm not even going to take their planets. I'm just
Got him.
kind of
Yes,
going through
Commander.
here.
Hypervelocity cannon firing.
Oh, you jerks.
Gun them down.
Didn't you hear what I said? I'm trying to help you.
I've got him.
Unable to shake them.
Okay, now leave. Just go. Get out of here.
Our launch bay has been
Choose
destroyed.
your reinforcements.
Get out of here. I'm telling you right now. Don't do this to yourselves. Don't do this to me. Don't kill my ships.
Choose your reinforcements.
Don't make me commit to this battle.
Shields almost gone. Taking fire. Back around.
You know what? Fine.
Moving to coordinates.
That's how you're gonna be.
Sir, I've got him.
Order confirmed.
Capacity.
Commander, they're hitting us.
Our turbo laser batteries have been disabled. Standing by.
Where'd he go? Nowhere to run.
Engaging the enemy. I'm on this one. Under control.
The shields aren't holding.
So the real question there will be,
Gone, sir.
if they do spawn on Biss, will Zinj's remaining forces automatically just kill Palpatine? Because that would be awkward.
Watch for enemy ships. Go after them. Regroup for another attack. Regroup. Blasted scum. More enemy craft.
Star Destroyer reporting in.
There you go. Alright, lost blessed knee and precursor, and a precursor. But we're gonna see how this works. So we're gonna end up continuing the stream or the playthrough from that save right there. We ended up learning that it didn't cause a crash. There was an issue where the Era 3 and 4 Era spawns were spawning Palpatine in his heroes, and then Dala as well would have spawned for the Pentastar alignment. So we had them on Biss, and the planet and the structures on the planet were aligned with someone else, so it caused a bit of a bug, and I'm not exactly sure what the side effects of that bug would be going forward, so I don't want to risk it just yet. I explain in the next little bit here that there is something else that I'm going to be trying to get around that, but I'm not sure if it'll work, so most likely we will be continuing from that save that we just made there before attacking Thrawn, and we'll just try to stay with Era 2 for most of the playthrough, and then I'm thinking about, for our next playthrough, we are going to have a poll to decide that in the next couple days, so if we end up picking the Imperial Remnant or something, I might just do another Art of War playthrough and just focus on the era changes, and it'll be a lot easier to show those off as the Imperial Remnant anyways. So it's not an issue in the full build right now, because I did have to split this off in the middle of making all the era change stuff, which I figured I'd be able to do. It's just that because the saves don't load with some of the changes, I had to put it off as the separate build. So I'm going to see what I can do to get around it for the playthrough. If nothing, then it's not a huge deal. It just means we can't progress past Era 2. We'll just have to protect Thrawn for a bit. And yeah, but either way, sorry about that. That is why this cut is here. But that was about it for the stream, so we're going to end the video here as well. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed the video, even with that little bug there at the end that we had to change our plans. But next time we will continue, and I'll see what I'm able to do about that. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.